That's all I have for you guys.
They haven't done it for a couple of years, but there was a lot of people there the last time they did it, I guess.
Yeah. So it'll probably be a good opportunity, so, yeah, putting that out there. Okay. So without further ado, if there's nothing you guys have for me, that's all I have for y'all. I will turn it over to Fred.
All right. Hi, everybody. It's nice to meet you face to face, or almost, if you're dialing in or whatever we call it. Can we just go through names, and if you could tell me kind of what your specialty is, and I can kind of refresh my memory of who does what.
I'm Olivia, I do beadwork.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Samantha Jacobs. I mostly do beadwork. I'm Alicia and I do beadwork. Patty, I do the baskets, my patch, and I also do the courthouse dolls.
Okay. Bernadette does Cornhouse dolls.
Yeah, I do cornhouse dolls, moccasins, and dabbling in some flowers.
Ooh.
Like live flowers?
Out of courthouse.
Oh, okay.
It's cute. Oh, you're on mute.
I was like, a whole bunch of them.
And Tony.
And Tony. Well, Tony does cornhouse dolls as well.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Hi there again. Hi, I'm Tony Scott. I do courthouse dolls and I do the dress courthouse dolls.
What was the second one?
I think beadwork.
That's what I heard.
Beadwork? Okay. Yes.
Okay. I'm Fred.
Fred.
Yeah.
Fred Fighter.
Totally.
Yeah.
This is why everywhere I go, you know, order food or whenever somebody needs my name, I just say I'm Andy. That's my brother, and it's just easier that way.
And they get it right all the time?
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Huh.
I think it's only been one instance they got me, they got Andy wrong. Yeah. Sort of a curse. And Philippe.
Yep.
How about you? Do you have
An
an artistic specialty?
Oil,
Or how do you,
well, painting and trying to get back into ceramics. Trying to actually get a kiln hooked up at my house, which has been more challenging than what it's worth. And I do some beadwork.
okay. Lots of beadwork. All right. So I was hoping somebody would have a sample of their work that they would have brought in, but
She did last time.
if you didn't, if you don't, it's okay. Oh, good.
Yay!
I brought it.
Oh, wow.
And Sam could just go into the collections.
These are my other courthouse things.
Oh, let's see.
You're the writer, right? So
That's part of what I do, yeah. Oh, adorable. Yeah, this is exactly what I want to see.
Those, one is a 4-hole.
Yeah, I see this.
Yeah, and then the other one I have up at the casino, because they needed a bio on me, but I don't think it's there anymore.
Wow,
And I'm not a writer.
that's okay. Most people are not, actually. Most people are not. I'm just a little lucky. I don't know where, like I said, I don't know where I get it from. All I know is my mom was a voracious reader. And I always had a vocabulary I had to have picked up from her. So and I have a sister who's an incredibly well-read person. Like she's read thousands of books. And I was thinking about her today. She's the one who I went down to see in Florida last week. And she has incredible penmanship. And made me think about, as I was going through my Anne Handley book, did anybody happen to pick up the Anne Handley book, Everybody Writes?
No.
I'll,
Was that a reference that we received?
you didn't, it's okay if you didn't, but I'll let you lead through this. This is available on Amazon for $10 or something. Anne Handley, I first got to know about Anne. Actually, she picked up on one of our promotional campaigns that we started a couple of years ago. And she's got, a lot of followers on social. I can't tell you how many, hundreds of thousands, but a lot. And this is a book called Everybody Writes, and that's the basis for it. And she just goes through this of writing with you as amateur writers, or people who would like to be better writers, and help you understand. I've got my own marked up here with notes, but it's been fun to get back into it a little bit because you always pick something up. She's incredibly funny. It's an easy read. She keeps it light, and it's easy to follow, easy to learn from. Her main thing that she talks about is, when there's a process, okay, and the first part of the process is the intrinsic knowledge that you need to have before you ever put anything on paper is part of that. It has to do with what does the reader want to know? So many people write in a way that speaks to themselves, and you kind of have to put yourself in the other person's seat so that when they're reading it, it rings true to them. It doesn't matter what it means to us. We have to reach people and strike a chord with them and figure out how to do that. And some of that's just based on the way you structure your writing. She's got examples in here about, she'll show you one way of writing about something, and then she'll switch it up a little bit and say, now read this, and you say, oh yeah, that is more impactful. That's the main crux of the whole book. Really is, how do you write to get someone's attention and give them the information that they really want to know? So with that in mind, see if I can pick out one here real quick. Yeah, she talks about swap places with your reader. What are you trying to say? What words will express it? What image or idiom will make it clearer? Having a sense of the people you're writing for and a deep understanding for their problems is key to honing your skill. Now, she gets pretty deep into using this as like a sales tool, writing for sales, writing for business applications. And she gets away from like kind of the more fluffy part of writing in the meat of the book. That I like to stay on the fun side of things, just because it keeps me interested. But then she's got all kinds of tactics to help you write good copy. Put your reader into the story. Describe a problem your reader can relate to. Set a stage. Ask a question. Quote a crazy or controversial bit of data. Add an element of tonal surprise. Let others have the last word. So there's all kinds of hints, tips, tricks in here that when you read it, you go, that's kind of simple, you know? So and some of the things that she talks about doing to get to know, to get to build a long-term relationship with the reader, or the reader be your customer, you know, or your would-be customer. Spend time with your customers or prospects. I have a little bit of experience in that because we've done consumer studies before, where we pull people aside at a trade show and we say, hey, take a look at these knives and, you know, see what you think of them. And we ask them questions about them. We get really, really deep into the questions. Why do you like that color? Why is that shade of blue that you like? Or what is it about the design that you like? Why do you like it? What do you like about that? You know, we keep diving deep into why they like something. Understand their habitat. Arrange to visit the people who use your content or products in their natural habitat. We've done that too. We've gone into people's homes to see, well, where do you keep your knife? Why do you keep it there? How many do you have in the home? You know, where do you store them as a collection? How do you pick the knife that you carry that day? But it's so interesting to see people in their homes. It's a totally different experience. So the whole point of all this is the better that you know your customer, the better your chances are you're going to reach them when you write to them. So we can get started right away and do some writing. If somebody has something they would like to write about that they brought with them, we can do that. Or I can come up with something else. But I kind of would like to try to keep it, I want you to walk away with something. And I'm going to offer these notebooks because I got all kinds of different kinds of notebooks and ways to write with pencils and pens and clickables, non-clickables, regular big pens. Just to see what would inspire you. So sometimes a change of scenery can give you some really good inspiration for creativity. Most of you already know these tricks, but who has a shelf-ready product that's not gone out the door?
They're in the works.
Yeah.
Did you have something? No?
I do. I don't know if it's in my car or not. A pair of tufted earrings.
Oh.
So, you know, I'll go grab them.
Okay. Then we have this beadwork. And we've got Cornhouse dolls here. And I think I'm going to save this one for last because it's already developed and we'll see what we can do with it. It looks great.
How about you, Alicia?
Do I have anything?
What do you have at home that you know that's been sitting around you? You're trying to figure out how to sell it.
I don't have any.
Like, think about what you sell and how you could form a story around that thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole point. But we got to start with an object.
Dream catchers?
I was gonna say, this is my object.
Oh, yeah.
We can write about that.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, aren't those sweet?
So these are
Oh
a
my
pair
gosh,
of
those are sweet.
tufted earrings. So I use caribou for
Wow.
tuft, just with some brass beads on that.
Where do you get the fur?
I order from a farm on Etsy.
And you have antique beads on there too?
Not on these
No?
ones.
Oh, okay,
no.
the striped ones are.
Yeah.
let's start with those.
Okay. Is everyone ready
Yeah.
about these? Oh, yeah,
I think we should.
okay. That's cool.
Do they need to see them?
Yeah, I
they
think
will.
so. Aim for the light. Yeah, there you go.
So wait, well,
Really pretty fascinating.
these are the earrings.
Sam does the most amazing work that I've ever seen, and
Sorry, wrong way.
she's like,
Yeah.
she's my inspiration.
That's awesome.
I love it. I think they're fantastic. Yeah, something about the color that really draws you in.
So are they finished? or-
Yeah, they're finished.
Oh, okay.
I forgot them in my car.
You got all kinds of scissors now, haven't you?
Yeah, I do. So I
So
would
this is, go ahead.
display them like that when I set up.
Okay,
I just stuck them in the bag.
okay.
I'm not happy.
Don't tell us what you say when these are at some place where you're displaying your wares and somebody asks about them. We don't want to hear
Okay.
that yet.
So what we're gonna.
So what we're gonna do is get your first impression and then write something about it as if you're trying to sell these to someone. Well, if you were to send out a note card with these, what would you say? And just to take the pressure off, this is what Ann Hanley calls the ugly first draft. So basically, you're gonna put down whatever comes in your head. There are no rules here. But write it down just as you see it in your kind of your own words. And no one will be embarrassed here. Even the best writers do a really ugly first draft. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna do part 2 with these 2 on the screen.
Do we have a time limit?
I was gonna give you like 5 minutes tops.
Oh.
When you feel like you've written enough, it's okay. You're done.
Oh, sorry, Tony. You guys are writing about Sam's earrings that she made.
Do I need to see them again?
Maybe. And here's the back. Oops.
Okay, never mind.
I don't know how to write. That's why. I don't know if it was in the program because I couldn't do that. Fiction.
But the only way you become a better writer is if you write.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's what my program teacher said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some tools to help you structure the work, so it's a little bit less cumbersome. Okay, so can they hear me, or do I need to? Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
Okay, Tony, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
She can't tell me if she can, right?
I'm waiting to see.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good, okay. Okay, so to show you how unashamed we are, I'm gonna steal your work. Okay. This says Moose Tufted Earrings by Sam J. Perfect for Valentine's and Mother's Day. And she's working on another thing.
It's hard because I didn't make it. I don't know what the story is behind it. It's easier for my work. I can tell you what my teaching.
Right, so, the idea, like, pick out as much detail as you can with your own naked eye, and what's gonna come on the page is what it's important to you. You know, what's valuable to you about the earrings. Okay, so, hang on to that. This is easy for you, huh?
There it is.
All right, I'm gonna come back to hers.
Okay.
Hearts, emo hearts. Black what? Sparkles?
Sparkle.
Blue tufted hearts made from caribou fur, surrounded by sparkly crystal cut beads. An inner striped layer, one of a kind, Seneca made with love. Earrings by Sam Jacobs. Still handcrafted through generations of artists. Wow, very good.
Yeah, I like mine.
What I like about this, and she's
You're breaking it
She's
down.
she's in the advanced class here already.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why in a minute. The heart-shaped blue and black tufted earrings are made with glass beads. Tufting, and beaded with leather.
Back with what?
Back with
Oh,
leather.
yeah.
Excellent, okay.
I was gonna say that. I dropped it.
Moose hair or tuft earrings by Seneca because add these lovely heart-shaped moose hair tuft earrings, lightweight silver earring posts, dyed baby blue moose hair from Canada.
Mm.
Accented with black crystal faceted beads, makes a fabulous addition to your earring collection.
Oh, nice.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you two? Will you read what you have written to the group?
I'm gonna go off the cuff because I write down things and then like I'm more verbal. But Sam Jacobs, Onöhsagwë, a multi-talented artist, using moose tufted art to tell a story that's original, vibrant, and the colors are unique, inspirational, and the cultural tradition of using the various mediums, including beadwork and moose tuft. Well, I just put this moose tuft like craft or whatever. But more importantly, that it's a cultural story that continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your instructor for the rest of the evening. Great job. Okay,
Thank you.
Tony,
Tony's is.
Tony's
like
over
her-
here?
her- Yeah.
Sam is an amazingly talented artist who has mastered many different types of applique of an eye-catching design of Onöhsagwë culture.
I'm sorry, I'm driving at the moment. I'm trying to do pull over and do as best I can. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We can read it. Which of her pieces seems to tell a story? I love how she continues to learn a new art form.
Onöhsagwë.
Say it again.
Haudenosaunee.
Onöhsagwë?
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
People of the Longhouse.
Okay. It's great. Great stuff. Okay, so the next step after this, what I'd like to do is everybody close your eyes. Okay. You can open your eyes again. Can I write up here
Yeah.
or just like grab this
Yeah,
corner?
yeah. Oh, is there a marker?
Yeah. One-on-one.
Okay, here we go. I got something for you. So let's look at the earrings together. What we want to do typically after this stage, when you write your first draft, is to walk away from it. So instead of walking away from it, what I've done is switched your books on you so that you may recognize the notebook somebody owns, but you haven't seen their work. So it's going to be a bit of a surprise when you turn it over, except I had to leave yours where it is because it's just too close to home. So what we want to do before we go through our rewrite, basically, is let's look at the earrings and get all the details about them that we want to include, that we want to make sure we touch on in the copy to tell the reader about these earrings and get them interested in them. So,
Heart shape.
okay.
One of a kind.
There you go.
But kidney holes.
Yep, they're kidney hooks.
Kidney
So
holes,
the-
what they were.
Just above the shoulders.
Lightweight.
Unique cultural material.
What is an adjective? Let's say fabulous.
Have that. Anything like blue? Any other suggestions for blue? Okay. What was the other thing? Oh, the beads, the black beads?
Black beads. Glass, black glass.
Fire polish edging.
Faceted.
Faceted.
Black beads. Faceted,
Sparkly.
sparkly. Shape,
Multi, right?
Yeah.
There's some
like-
seed beads that's round that. Would you outlined with seed beads?
I think those are actually considered like rondelle, the shape of
Oh,
those
okay.
black ones, and the other ones are just regular glass seed beads.
how do you say that, rondelle?
Rondelle.
Rondelle, okay. Like this,
Backed with buckskin. Signed and dated by artist.
Made with a skilled hand.
they're signed on the earrings,
Yes. And dated.
anything else?
Made with a skilled hand.
I knew you were gonna come up with some made with, that's a great one.
I don't know how you would like describe it, but a unique tech or like a technique that that nobody really like. It's a technique that you have to learn and master. There you go.
Okay,
A master technique.
How'd you learn this?
I took a class. I took a class over in Tom Porter's place.
Okay.
Over in Fonda.
master crafted,
What about like that?
how about, is the technique to build these, is it something that's evolved over time, is it something that was done
We would
600 years
have,
ago?
yeah, we would have traditionally done a style similar to this. We would have done more embroidery versus tufting, but it was found within our traditional accessories, I guess.
Now, when we talk about the traditional style, in the native sense, like how do you couch that subject in print? Like, how do you,
I'd say contemporary, wouldn't you?
Well, this would be contemporary, but like the technique is traditional,
Yeah,
culturally traditional.
culturally traditional?
And it's not very well practiced in
Yeah,
very
there's-
many,
Not too many people who do it.
yeah.
Okay,
In this region. You'll find more practitioners the farther north you go.
unique to the region.
Great.
So what about the earrings themselves? Are unique that maybe you wouldn't find anywhere else if you were shopping for these, say in Denver, Colorado?
Probably just the combination of bead and color choices.
Ah. Okay. This is a great list. I think that's plenty. So basically what we're gonna do is distill down the copy, or beef it up in some cases. But we want to reach some sort of, sorry, I was just being smart. We want to reach some sort of, this won't be our final draft, but we want to make sure we get, as many of these points in as we can. So we probably don't want to include them all because there's so many. So you probably want to pick I would say the 5 that you feel are most marketable and see how you can work them in. What I would do is we can try to put these into groups, right? So some of these have to do with material. Some of these have to do with color. Some of these have to do with other aesthetics like shape of materials, shapes and sparklies, some of these things have to do with more intrinsic things like the culturally traditional crafted style of these. So should we try to put them into groups first? Would that help you? Or do you want to pick through them yourselves? Let's put them in groups.
Okay.
Because we'll do this again with something else and then, it'll go a little bit quicker. But let's go through the whole thing. So signed and dated by the artist. This is something I'll put in just a green category. So I'll make it.
Oh yeah, watch out, I have a lot of stuff in there.
Oh, grab one. We got lots of colors here. That's good. Okay. Buckskin backing, so that's sort of a material thing, right?
Mhm.
We'll make that this color purple. What other material things do we have?
Black beads.
Okay,
Dang.
Kidney.
is that a material or a shape of a hook?
Both.
Okay. That's actually good. Dangles.
It's describing it.
And I was just thinking about like the time and the preparation it takes to actually get that color to use, because it doesn't come in, turquoise or, the color that she has it in.
Yeah.
There's time and preparation before you can even, use that material. And also with the, the selection of, the beads that she used, or even, the backing of the buckskin that she used. There's various, hides that you can use and colors. So it's you have to lay out your project before you can even like put it together.
Exactly. That's an excellent point. So, okay, so this is more of like the black beads, the buckskin backing, those are sort of physical properties. And then we'll put these other things into, other properties that are not so physical, but, things like color and different characteristics of it. So what else for materials? Did we get them all? we got buckskin, we got the black beads, we got the fur, right? Fur.
Yeah, nobody said fur.
Oh, we didn't say moose.
Caribou fur.
Oh, caribou. sorry.
That's what I thought, I was confused though.
That's kind of needed, right?
Caribou fur. Okay,
Would it be hand
What?
tufted? Is that what you call
Yeah, because I make them, so let me explain the process. So I get up for hide, I cut them into pieces, I dye them, I hang them to dry. Once they're dry, then I will grab some fur off of the hide. Cut it off, make a little bit of material, stick that bundle in there, pull it tight, and it puffs up a little pom-pom, and then I trim to the shape that I want.
it? With the base is the hide?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I have it on a piece of Pellon.
Oh, on
And
this,
then,
in
yeah,
this case,
yeah.
okay, gotcha.
it's fascinating.
That's cool.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for very.
Those were earrings.
Do you ever like do little videos to show people?
No, actually, people have asked that, but no, I've not
You
done. it. There's
should.
all kinds of ones on YouTube.
Yeah, but you can
There-
do your own.
Yeah, there they are.
Did you buy me some sweetgrass from Heather?
I did not, no.
I wanted to.
I know.
Okay, I think that's it for the materials.
Okay.
Okay, all these other things are different qualities of. So we'll put like made with skilled hand, master crafted, unique to the region. Oh, wait a minute. What else we got?
Signed and dated by artist. Custom blue dye color. Yeah.
And it tells a story.
Right, story. Oh, here. Unique cultural
Yeah.
material. It's the blue dye color. I think that is material, so right? And then, what else do we have for?
So lightweight, would that be a quality of the material?
Yeah, I almost
Of the
want to put
whole
it in a
thing?
different, like,
Category?
I think like the lightweight and the heart shaped,
Yeah,
those kinds of things should go together. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Oh, lightweight.
Lightweight,
Is that your kid?
sorry.
One of a kind?
That's what I'm-
Dangles?
yeah. I think it does belong. I mean, it can sort of be it can sort of be the green category as well. And I think these also have to do with right, dangles. I would include. I think that's more of is that more of a material thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it goes along with the kidney books.
Mhm.
White blue, we have something for that already. Right,
Mhm.
unique to the region, and it's also the screen. And that bed, of course. Okay. So, we have what, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Really, we have 3 colors, right? 3 groups. So that help us narrow down, like, maybe, what we need to do to get 3 to 5, really strong points in.
So would you just like grab some of those or two or?
Yep, I would look at them, I would look at them all and then decide which ones are most intriguing, I guess, to you, to your reader, to your customer. You want your product to be unique,
Mhm.
something they can't find anywhere else.
And I think you can use a combination of what, is written down in each piece that you make, and just make every piece like, use all those words and, descriptions and this and that. But I think it's, advantageous for you to, if she has a turquoise set of earrings that are done, and then she has a pink that's, has a different beaded border and whatever, you can always just, interchange it to make each piece like unique, I think. I mean,
Yep.
you know,
Yep, in our little case marketing factory, we do that a lot. We've got, when we're writing about a new knife family and with a new color or a new hand material or something, it's fill in the blank. And then, start writing, just like this. Only we have more defined, fill in the blanks. Yeah, try to look at all of them within each group, and then decide how you want to kind of wrap each of those up.
Sorry about the shakiness.
oh, you're fine. I can at least hear you.
Okay, there.
Like I'm the Riddler or something on Batman. Like the villains are always in these rooms that are offset on their sides.
That's okay. I like roller coasters.
How is it possible it's 8:03 already? That's okay, I'll stay.
Joe might pick this up though.
I haven't met him yet.
Oh, no. Yeah, you should. Is he on the other call?
No,
Oh,
he might have been for a minute.
Yeah, I think he popped in and then it was out.
Yeah,
okay. Oh. Then he'll be able to.
awesome. I want to bring, we have our archivist and historian. I'd like to bring her up to the museum. I think she would flip out. She just got her doctorate last week.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And they have the archives over here, so maybe they'll give you. a
Oh,
special
yeah.
tour. And it's nice and organized.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
She's starting with nothing, really, literally. Sort of more on the Zippo side. It's a little better shape, but
You know Brian Lewis by chance?
yeah, I know, Brian.
Yeah. I met him through the Y, because he used to come and take my yoga class.
Oh,
So we became friends.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the boss doctor.
yeah, that's right. He is He actually knew my wife first because, they're both in local theater productions. and stuff. But I hadn't seen him in one for a while.
Yeah, he moved to Olean.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him for a little while. I think I saw him one time, like over the pandemic, a couple times. We have some common friends and we see him all once in a while.
Yeah, he helped us with our haunted house that we did.
Oh, he loves the haunted house.
He does.
Yes,
Yeah, and burlesque and all that.
Yeah.
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 He came to the yoga, he was doing a burlesque thing like up in Rochester one year.
Oh my gosh.
And he was doing like a Jesus thing. And so he came and did yoga in his Jesus outfit.
He's
Yeah.
he's a pretty interesting guy.
It was entertaining.
Bradford needs more of those.
Mhm.
Okay. How are you making out? Okay. So what I'll have you do, now that you've summarized things and you've prioritized them, is take what was written before you and use that information to write something a little more concise. Bring out these aspects that you think are important and recraft that paragraph. This is especially tough because you didn't write the first draft, so this is part of the fun of this exercise, just for you tonight. Sometimes it's easier to be an editor than an author. Actually, it's always been easier being an editor than as an author. For those of you at home, you can just rewrite what you've written, unless that other person is with you. And you have two cameras and two computers in one room.
That would be really, really interesting to have that happen, especially when Tony's on the road and Hannah's in Buffalo.
Remember, it's about the customer, not you.
Seems like I'm writing run-on, so.
That's okay. And we probably won't get too much deeper into this exercise, but what you're gonna end up doing is one more rewrite before you kind of nail things down. So what I'd like to get a sense of, and I'll let you wrap up here shortly. Everybody done? Finish your thoughts, okay. She's so methodical.
I'm trying
As
to,
a-
like,
as
what
a-
I want is, it's hard.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard.
Crazy.
Good writing
I've had
takes,
like 5 sentences. I can-
good writing takes more time than anything else, right? So what I want to get a sense of is, what did you, like, how did you feel when you read the work from somebody else? What was that like? Was it comfortable? Was it voyeuristic? Was it? Sadistic? Yeah, I mean, everybody has, like, certain people just sit down and riff and off they go.
Yeah.
You know, other people, you have to grind it out of them, you know? Olivia, for you, this second exercise, it seemed, this kind of came together for you at this point,
Kind of,
more than round one.
yeah.
So that, I mean, using this as a guide helps you
Yeah.
kind of formulate.
Explaining more of like how she does it. I don't know public. I've only seen like her pictures on Instagram, so I don't know
Well,
what the process is.
and that's a good
But
point, because, so you have to create that for the user, right, or for the reader, right? We do that all the time in knives, like, a lot of people don't know what the bolster is of a knife, or, you know, they don't know what the spring, what's a spring in a knife? Nothing springs, you just open the blade, you know? So we have to educate them about what it is we're saying, you know? And that's the reason, that's why you build all the content on a website that you build, right? So you can, you know, educate people about your product better.
I feel like knowing the process and how much time it takes creates that worth in the customer. So they're not just looking at like 2 little like poofy hearts, like, oh, that's cute, and then moving on.
Right.
Knowing that it's caribou and knowing like the process of you like having it on the, you know, the furs on the skin and then having to cut it and, you know, loop it and all that, like,
Yeah.
like, oh man. So dang, how much time does that take?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
wow, so you look at the earrings in a completely different way.
one of the things that I like to bring up is, you know, you don't have a sales force, right? But if you had a sales force, what would you say to those people? You know, because it's the most frustrating thing to have a sales force, and you try to educate the sales force about these finer points of your product that are gonna sell it like crazy. And then you send them out, and they can't sell 1 unit because they still don't get it, you know? So that's the problem you're really trying to solve here, right? I mean, you are your own salesperson, but it's your writing that becomes the salesperson that knocks on that person's door through their laptop screen, you know? So it's very challenging work. But when you write something good, it's like you know, when I read a couple of these on there, it's just, wow, it's really good.
How do you know when you're like running, like a run-on, like a sentence where you're like, keep going?
Okay, so that's part of, I mean, you can go through this process, you're kind of done with this,
Mhm.
but the refinement process can be as many rounds as you want to go. We have something going on right now, the simplest project. And it's literally, we have lines to fill in. For the less like glitzy stuff. This is their cert card, it's a tracker, it's got a bone handle, it's got 2 blades, whatever. It's taking forever for us to figure out how to structure that thing.
I buy the trapper.
Good,
That's what he
awesome. Yeah, it's like the most popular pattern in them. So how did that, how was that for you?
I mean, definitely right. I mean, I already wrote some of the things down first. And then
Yeah.
how I- But
Yeah, you were ahead, you were in the,
so hard. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know, like I said, I don't know how to make those either, so
I had,
it's hard to.
there was a guy, a poet that taught at JCC. He was an author of poetry, and he always said writing was like getting a chicken bone out of your throat. It just has to come out, like, until it's out, like, there'll be no world peace, you know? And I thought it was a bit extreme, but it does get to that point sometimes, you know? You get so stumped. And those are times, put it away, give it a day, don't look at it for a day or two, and then come back and you'd be like, oh, this is so easy. You know,
I actually have 2 friends that I rely on.
oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Pass it on. And
It is great to, I mean, and you can do this together, like, you can share each other. Hey, we do that in the office all the time. Most things mostly come to me because they just, it's easy for you. No, it's not.
Leora's not here, but she's a pretty good writer too.
Okay, yeah, it's, the only thing you have to watch there is that, you know, everybody's, like, everything sounds the same, like it's the same voice. So it's always best if you can, I like people to write stuff and then I'll kind of doll it up a little bit. I'll finish it off. I'm also good at punctuation and grammar and things like that, so they like for me to clean up things.
give it to
I
me.
have a paper due tomorrow.
My daughter just finished,
11:59.
my daughter just presented a capstone here at 4 o'clock, so.
So we might have 10 minutes left, because I feel like that's when Joe's gonna kick us out.
Okay,
Okay.
well, I mean, I'm really, this is the basic exercise. The next steps would be to refine this once or twice more. And then you'd probably have something that would fit the bill for your.
Would she put that like next to the piece, or would she put it on her website? or-
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
yes, okay.
Yeah, yeah, and when somebody stops by, you know, the shop or the booth or the wherever you're at and says, tell me about these things. You know, like, I have no idea. I have no idea. I thought, you know, yeah, some buckskin earrings. It's incredible, everything that goes into them.
Oh, sorry.
ahead.
But I would also include the history of the other uses of caribou moose, not just, that, but other uses that, can be used, or the historical standpoint of why it was used and,
Great
when it
point.
was used.
That's a great point. We do that a lot with our knives because we'll use things like we use certain materials that are used in like furniture manufacturing, you know. Well, this such and such wood was used in furniture, and you know, wooden bowls or something, but, you know, now we're doing the special family organized with that, the same wood. And there's a lot of different materials out there that you can use for so many different applications across different industries. It's quite amazing. Materials are pretty interesting to me. And the history of them. Great point.
Can we hear what Sam?
Let's do it.
My concise version. Own your very own one-of-a-kind beaded and tufted earrings made with lightweight caribou fur on kitty hooks, which have been signed and dated by the artist.
Excellent. Yeah.
Sold. How much do you want them for, Sam?
I think about, like what you said, the customer, right? So they're going to need to know, one of the questions I always get is, are they heavy? You know, so I needed to include that lightweight.
That's a really good idea.
Right.
And that comes from just talking to people, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Immersing yourself in the consumer experience. It is important. Again, you're the salesperson.
Right.
You're the one that gets the all the, oh, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if I'm interested. Oh, but you are. Let me tell you why. Right? Well, thanks. Thank you. This was fun.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks.
You
Bye
too.
Bernadette, bye Tony.
Escongia.
It's going good. That way. Yeah.
Give all your notebooks back.